gentlemen, my name is DKL, and welcome back to Doki Doki Summertime. What was supposed to be just one video where I reviewed a few Doki Doki mods, it's turning into this series that you guys are watching right now, if you are watching this video. By the way, I'm really interested in seeing how this turns out, and if you guys are too, what you could do, just stick with me for a little bit. If you are interested in seeing this out with me, what you could do is subscribe and turn on notifications so that you know the second that I upload a video. Technology's kind of magical. Anyway, I've got my chocolate milk. You probably saw that in the intro. But, you know. It's good. So last left off, I joined SAYORI to meet with their club after going swimming with her and Monica. That's all I remember happening, and I only stopped recording less than 10 minutes ago. So, here we go. We wait a few minutes for our bus to arrive. My shopping trip is as straightforward as a tutorial mission. SAYORI literally points to the item I was looking for, and I have the exact amount I needed to pay. I have to give it to her. This was kind of fun. Not just that, but she made my whole day so much better than what I was expecting. If she didn't invite me to their meeting, I probably would be sitting at home immersed in another world. Something that's not real, but feels more rewarding. I'm gonna thank her for this. Maybe I can even pay back the favor and invite her to do something cool, like we used to. We get off the bus at her street. As we walk towards her house, she slows down and has her eyes locked on the ground in front of her. We're here. You look like you could use some rest. Are you sleeping enough, SAYORI?
Enough? It's one of my hobbies.
Either she's really tired, or there's something behind that forced laughter. I'll take option C. I can't tell, in this case. There's something I want to tell you, SAYORI.
Yeah?
Thanks for inviting me to your club meetup. Dude, you invited yourself. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that. I didn't really invite you, but I'm glad you enjoyed hanging out with the other girls.
I guess so. I think Monica's a pretty cool girl. She leads the literature club and doesn't afraid of anything. Wow, so much work went into this text box. Is disregarding grammar a sign of brushing off the topic? Wait, what? Was that intentional? It's not about them, really. I enjoyed it because I got to spend some time with you again. So, yeah, if you'd like to go have some fun.
Yeah!
I didn't even say which day. I didn't think of a day. What did I say?
Oh, sorry. Which days are you available?
I don't know about you, but I'm free tomorrow.
I'll get ready this morning and wait for you to come over.
Hold up. I didn't even tell you where we're going or what time we're...
Shh, it doesn't matter. I trust you on this one, Super Booper.
If you say so, we'll see you tomorrow, SAYORI. I have a feeling that's a terrible idea. Don't trust this guy right now.
Bye!
Oh no, she's doing my outro.
Bye!
Oh, I cannot do my outro in her voice. Remind me. Note to self, don't do the outro in SAYORI's voice. I'm gonna have to outro this video in SAYORI's voice. God, why do I do this to myself? Oh no. A little bit closer, microphone. Yay. She storms through the gate of her house as if she just found out she won the lottery. I shake my head with an amused smile on my face. She has the same bubbly personality that I like her for. I'm wondering how she'll handle life later on. No, I should heed her advice. Shouldn't overthink it. I'm glad she's so upbeat, and the other club members seem to really like her as well. I think I made an okay impression on them. Maybe I'll even get to see them another time. Maybe even get to know them better. Who knows? Natsuki, who looks as cute as her cupcakes. Yuri, who's got a handful of interesting personality traits. Monica, who's completely out of my league. Not even an option, I think. Daydream aside, I have to figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow with Sayori. That's a great idea. It's Tuesday. Every time that screen pops up so far, I think, oh god, are we in the hospital? It's a brand new day. Not really, it's just Tuesday, but it can still be a good one. Hey, come on. Positive attitude. PMA. I look at my clock and check the time. It's 11 past 9, but I'm in no hurry. After making a cup of coffee, I head back to my room. Yesterday, I thought of a place I could take Sayori to. Why is it not Natsuki? What's going on? I have some fond memories of the two of us running around that part of town. There was this one time she nearly fell in the water. I caught her, but I lost my balance and got wet instead of her. That's awkward to think about. If I take off my shirt at this age, it would probably make us both uncomfortable. Why is that thought even existing in your head? I look through my clothes and think of what to wear for them for a moment. Not that I'm going out of my way to impress her, but it doesn't hurt to look decent now and then, right? All dressed up, I check to see if I got everything I need before leaving. No need to go overboard about it. Puts on a full suit and bow tie. Sprays on some cologne, you know. A familiar feeling of walking down our street vanishes as I stop in front of Sayori's house. We used to visit each other all the time. She looked so happy to see me after I went away with my parents for a week or two. Even among the other kids, I never expected anybody being so overjoyed to see me. Since entering each other's house was accepted between us, I just assumed she's fine if I came in without ringing the bell or knocking. That could go so wrong in so many ways. After entering the house, only silence greets me. I call out to her, Sayori? She's still sleeping. She says she'll get ready by the time I arrive. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Jesus Christ.
Gotcha!
Sayori tackling me with such force that I nearly fall over. I can't complain though. A hug from her is a welcome surprise. I was first to let go. Ow! Looks like she's ready to go and was just waiting for this moment. Can you blame her? That was great. I need to remember that one.
Are you ready, Super Blooper?
Yeah.
I said, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I can't hear you.
I am ready.
Oh, let's go.
I regret so many things right now. Sayori rushes to the entrance and waits for me outside by the open door. I feel like I'm taking an excited dog for a walk. I feel like my own dog that I'm very fond of, that is.
we going? Where are we going?
You'll see soon enough. All I'll say is that we went there before.
Please tell me it's not the dentist.
No, silly. Why would we go there?
Cause it's a place we went together.
If people had soundtracks to their lives, yours would be a list of laugh tracks. That was good. We walked through the streets of our neighborhood, and our conversation trails towards our separate experiences in school this year. Anyway, did you manage to raise your grades? Last I remember, you were telling me about getting bad grades for assignments.
Yep, my grades got better. Back then, I might have run out of time while writing to them. But don't worry, there's a good reason for that. I leave my assignments to the last minute because the older, therefore, the wiser I will be.
The palm of my hand connects firmly connects with my forehead. Like this? Understandable! Jesus, Sayori. We're almost at the park. Wanna race to it?
Yes!
It's only about 100 steps from here, but I managed to cram in some teasing before we get there. You know what you are? Running gag. She starts giggling just enough for me to get ahead and arrive at first place. Sayori is slightly panting as she crosses the imaginary finish line.
I'm gonna gag over my butt! I'm a real human being!
Well, you certainly are mean. We both laugh at each other as we regain our composure. There's a wave of nostalgia washing through me as we're walking the park. Jeez, I cannot talk or read. So many memories of the two of us playing around here and by the river. We reach an open area of the park that's covered with bright green grass, the kind of which you can comfortably lie down on.
This looks like the ideal place for us. Let's whip out and we embarrass between the two of us.
Why did you bring a frisbee? And weren't we going to some different part of town?
Wanna go first?
Do I want to be the first? No, I always let the other person go first in a lot of things. I'll let you have the first move. Just be careful how you hold it.
Yes!
Okay, because she wanted to be first.
Don't worry, I've been practicing.
It's not how you spell practice. The weather's perfect for playing out in the open. There's just enough clouds to give some variety to the blue sky. A light breeze cools us down while shining sun keeps us warm. So it's just the end of the sentence. It's almost poetic how well this combination meshes with the game I'm playing. Running after the frisbee makes my heart beat faster while looking at Sayori's bright smile calms my soul like nothing else I can think of right now. Yes, I said that sentence. As we're exchanging it between us, our eyes occasionally lock onto the others. Her eyes have a glow to them that I don't recall seeing before. Is she allergic to something? I've been playing for about 15 minutes now. I'm getting tired of throwing it away and decide to keep it once I have it.
Aren't you gonna throw it back?
Shaking my head, I approach Sayori. Let's rest a bit, okay?
Okay.
With that, she lies down on the grass and spreads her arms beside her, closing her eyes and lets out an almost comedic sigh. I sit down next to her. She's just laying there without saying anything. It feels awkward to just look over her like this, so I lay down about an arm's length away from her. saying the poem. She's saying the poem.
Dear Sunshine.
Is she talking to me? That's not something she would say to me.
The way you go through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you...
She goes silent again. A minute passes and I wait for her to continue. Was that a poem?
Uh-huh. I wrote it.
I liked it. Was that all of it?
No. I just forgot the other half.
Memory not serving you well?
I guess I'm remembering other things. Do you remember how you always grabbed my hand and guided us towards the river?
What? No.
We'd spend our days making all sorts of contraptions with sticks and rocks.
Yeah. Apparently. I can't remember what we actually made, but I remember having a ton of fun together.
Do you remember that one time you fell in...
Do you remember that one time you fell in the river?
I felt like I was gonna die. But you came and saved me.
You were literally a few steps from the shoreline.
It's not the point. I felt like I could count on you. Even if I was a burden, you were there for me.
I'm sorry? Remaining choices too? What? Okay. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Let's go with since the day we met. You were never burdened, Sayori. Not since the day we met. It just occurred to me that it was so many years ago, I've forgotten how we met. Didn't we first meet when you moved to here when we were children?
Oh, yeah, we saw each other when we moved in, but we didn't really meet each other until the fair.
Oh yeah, the fair! The fair, of course. Everybody knows about the fair. Now I remember there used to be a summer fair that would... Okay, there used to be a summer fair that would come into town every year. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Yes, I remember. My parents took me. I was wandering around looking at the games when I saw you there. You were crying your eyes out.
I didn't know anybody. I was alone scared in that big place.
Yeah, I remember.
Dude came over and asked why I was so sad. And when I said I didn't have any friends, he said you'd be my friend, so I wouldn't have to be sad anymore. And I wasn't.
Yeah, I remember. I just couldn't stand to see you upset. I guess I still can't.
Thanks, Super Booper. You don't know how much that means to me.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Anytime, Sayori. Should we talk about the past or the future? Oh no. Future. I care about how your life will go. I always do this. I always do this. I didn't mean to. Just one more year until we're out of high school.
Yeah. It's funny how time flies by. You look away for what seems like a moment and it's all gone. Like a jar of cookies.
That is so typical of her. Thinking of her tummy even when talking about such a serious subject. But I feel the need to bring this conversation back on track. Life isn't all fun and games, Sayori. I'm really worried how you're going to handle your life after high school. Being okay grades and reading books isn't all you need, you know.
Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face today.
You're not wriggling yourself out of it this time, Sayori. I know it's only been a few days since we started talking again, but I've been thinking about this since Sunday. I know I'm not one to talk about taking responsibility, but you seem to be way more concerned about other people's lives than your own. At least your parents are giving you guidance, right? Sayori?
Yeah, sure they do. They sometimes give me tips.
That didn't sound too convincing. Is she hiding something? Maybe it's because she never talked about such serious subjects. At least not with me.
I did talk about these things with Monica. You know, she's not just a great president, but a great friend too. She likes to give out writing tips to support everyone in improving their skills.
I think you mentioned that before.
One time she saw me when I wasn't okay. Ever since then, she occasionally checks up on me. She even promised to keep in touch once she goes to law school.
Law school?
How about you, Super Booper?
Yeah, I guess we could try to keep in touch after high school. Even if there's no telling where we'll each end up for college, or after that, I can at least try. It's not like we have to meet face to face in this day and age.
Huh? I'm just asking about your plans.
Oof.
But it would make me happy if you tried. I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years.
I don't really do this kind of thing all the time.
I guess...
Oh, I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural.
How about we check out the river?
Oh wait, was that me? How about we check out the river? You know, like we used to.
Yay!
That's a non-verbal approval if I've ever heard one. No, that was verbal. That was very verbal. We make our way to the riverside. It's just as peaceful as it was in my memories. We approached the fence. It was so hard to jump over when we were kids. I helped Sayori climb over and follow right after her. We stand next to the river and watch the calmly flowing water. There's actually a narrow branch of river that runs through the city. It looks so much more shallow and narrower than when... Pardon me, is what I said. It looked so much more shallow and narrow than when we were kids. I could probably get through to the other side without getting my face wet. As I'm assessing the possibilities of fighting against the current, Sayori's already started messing about on some boulders near the shoreline. I better go check up on her in case she stumbles and starts drowning in 1 foot deep water.
12 steps, 15 steps, 14.
We used to challenge each other to take steps and leaps from boulders to rocks and back. It was a lot more difficult back then. Even though she doesn't need to jump between them anymore, she's still pretty clumsy about it.
17.
You want to get your shoes soaking wet if you fall in the water.
I won't. 18.
She almost slipped on one of the rocks, so I should probably go help her out. When I get close to her, the biggest gap is right between us. Come on, let's go somewhere less slippery.
One more. 19. Yeah!
Gah! How can the water be so cold in the middle of summer? I can see Sayori looking down at me, still standing on the rock with dry clothes.
Oh, sorry about that.
I can tell she's making an attempt at not laughing at me. It's not working out. She reaches her arm to help me get up, but I motion for her not to bother with it. Getting her wet at this point wouldn't help the situation at all. I'm fine, just go to the shore without falling, okay? I walk through the water instead of trying to get back up on the rocks. With these wet shoes, I could fall again and actually hurt something other than my dignity. Sayori is looking at me with a mix of pity and amusement. Just before coming out of the water, I called to Sayori, motioning her to come closer.
You okay, Super?
Leaned down and splashed some water at her with my cupped hand. Most of it felt like it was going into spots around Sayori. I totally didn't miss her.
Yummy.
My fair share some of it. She sticks her tongue out in response. Typical. Hey! Come on, let's go home. I don't like having my pants soaking wet.
Oh, okay.
barely an occasion I wished for warmer weather in the summer. This is definitely one of them. We wordlessly walk for a couple of minutes when Sayori's phone suddenly gives off a short melody. She's reading short text messages. What's up?
It's Monica. Says that we're having a meeting tomorrow at the same place.
So, how long has it been since you all met before yesterday?
Let me think.
Sayori's humming herself slowly and counts to 3 on her fingers.
3.
3 what, Sayori?
Oh, sorry. 3 weeks. No, almost 3. I met Monica a few times and Natsuki once, but this is the first time we all came together outside of school.
Is that so? It makes sense since you probably met every weekday in the club.
Yep.
We continue on our way back home.
Thanks for going out with me, Super Booper. It was so much fun today.
You really had a good laugh at my expense.
Yeah. Are you feeling better, Super Booper?
I guess, but I didn't need to change my wet clothes.
Can I have some dry humor?
Very funny, Sayori. I'll see you around.
Bye, Super Booper.
Man, that really wasn't the ending I expected you to say. I spend the rest of my day at home to cheer myself up with my hobbies. Every single time I think it's a hospital. And I'm like, oh god, what happened? Jeez, even I don't yawn like that. What? It's when... Nope. I climb out of my bed and drag myself to the bathroom. Water comes out of the toilet, faucet, and the shower. No surprise there. They don't do it on their own, only on my command as I go through the morning routine. Coming back to my den, a familiar jingle greets me. I got a text. Most likely from Mom. After taking the device in my hand, I'm filled with an unusual sight. It's not from Mom. It's from Sayori! Oh gosh, why do I do this to myself? Did she lock herself into her bedroom and need me to save her from herself? Has this happened before? You say that like it's happened before. The text reads,
Hi, Super Booper. It's Sayori. I just want to tell you I'm not feeling well. Don't worry, I'll get better soon, probably.
oh, I didn't even do the voice, jeez.
If you meet the other girls, be sure to have all the fun I can.
Weird. I'm the one who falls into the water and she's the one who gets sick? I guess I'll check up on her later, but now I might as well join the others at the park. Maybe Monica will have another game in mind? Maybe Natsuki made cupcakes again. There'll be some left for me. Maybe Yuri, you know, has nicer clothes on. Well, might as well go and find out. The girls are not only still in the park when I arrive, but are also at the exact same location. Hi, everyone. Hello there. General Kenobi! Yes, I finally got to say that in a video. Oh, it's you again. Can't say I'm surprised to see you again. Did Sayori tell you about her little meeting? Yeah, she kinda did. I guess I shouldn't be surprised since they became close friends through the club.
Where is she anyway?
I share your concern, Natsuki. It's unlike her to miss our meeting without notice. She sent me a text. She said she's feeling sick. Aw, poor thing. If that's the case, I'll check up on her later today. Guess Monica really does take good care of her.
Don't take it at face value, Monica. It's not like she hasn't faked being sick to get out of something.
Do you suppose she has any reason not to attend her current meeting?
Beats me. I'm just saying.
Why did she pretend to be sick?
You mean when she missed a school day? I don't know. Maybe she didn't study for a big exam or something.
That doesn't sound like something she would do back then. There was this one occasion when she agreed to assist me in finding new clothing for spring. She notified me after I'd been waiting on her for 10 minutes. Consequently, I couldn't go. Maybe she suddenly felt sick? The two girls look at Monica with an incredulous expression on their faces. Yeah, that's something she would say. At least she didn't steal your food, right? No, I don't recall her doing that. Hello? Don't you remember? She stole my cookie. Natsuki looks at me with the intent in her eyes to use me as a designated channel for venting. I can take it. I was just about to bite down on it when she came up from behind me and gave me a big hug. Get this, she swooped down from behind me and snatched out of my hand like some seagull. Natsuki's so engrossed with her own description of the event that she even imitates a seagull flying down with her hand. Natsuki, that's not very... What? Not accurate? I even gave her my other cookie. And that was all... Natsuki's voice cracks and she abruptly stops mid-sentence and she looks away as if something came over her. Whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. I'm just glad she doesn't make those remarks she calls jokes anymore. Doesn't she? She does? Anyway, Super Booper, do you have any obligations to tend to at the moment? Because in case you don't, you could stay a little longer than you did on Monday. Think it over a moment, I really can't say I have something better to do. Did I say or someone? Or someone. I guess I could say. Wonderful. Stay a while and listen. You might identify a topic that gets you interested in reading a book or even a tome. I have a feeling even if one of them sat by my side and guided me through an entire book, the words on the pages wouldn't keep my attention from drifting off. I feel that. Especially not if they only talk about those printed words. But hey, changed my mind. Now that's a good point to move on to something else. Right, Yuri? Me? Why me? Yuri looks away, but I can see her mouth curving in a meager smile. Aren't you forgetting something, Yuri? Yuri looks at Monica quizzically, as if she's waiting for a prompt to act. The books, Yuri. You said you brought two in case somebody else would like to read it too. That's how I picture her saying that. Because it's like, come on, Yuri. Yuri lets out a sigh as if she's about to take on a challenge. Yes, I did. I recently bought a new horror book, which you might like too, Super Booper. That's not the reason I bought it. I was going to buy one anyway. Oh, she lets out another sigh. She needs to rest a bit. I merely went with a story that's been adapted into a video game. Or so I've heard. Perhaps it can make a good starting point for you to become involved in some literature. I'm sorry if this is a bit too sudden. Don't sweat it, Yuri. What's the story about? Let's see. It takes place in a dystopian future where a new war broke society as we know it. A once bustling city became an unearthly concrete jungle that is now inhabited by ghoulish creatures roaming the ruins. The remains of the local populace are forced to live their lives in underground tunnels and escape deadly radiation on the surface. I have no idea. However, even despite these most dire of circumstances, humans can't escape their natures and squabble over what little remains. It has elements of philosophy mixed into the post-apocalyptic concoction. However, the occasional fights might be the thing that will keep your attention. Philosophy mixed in? Like, quotes from historical people? Not quite. You see, the writer explores the effects of such wretched existence on not only society, but the individuals coping with it day by day. As you can imagine, living in the darkness with little or to no light compared to the sunlight days we enjoy. I did the same thing that I don't know always did. It's a terrifying fate that can drive almost anyone insane. A recurring theme that skirts the border of coping and embracing. Insanity are the different cults that are cults? It's a rather negative approach to religion, per se. Although the book does not portray spirituality itself in a bad light. I only recently started to read it, so my description of it was only what I gathered from a few reviews. In case it piqued your interest, I would gladly lend you one of my copies. That is, if Monica's okay with you having it first. That's nice of you to offer it to me, Yuri. Think about it. I'm glad to hear that. In case you go for it, we could discuss it together? I guess we could. I haven't really had any discussions about books before. You'd have to show me how it's done before we go in deeper. I would like that. Her voice got lower in pitch and volume as she said that. She's nervously fiddling with her hair and visibly starts blushing. Does she always get so excited when she's talking about books? Yes, you will find that's yes. Monica and Yuri changed the subject to some books I haven't heard about. Until they bring up something that was assigned to us in school. Or story movie adaptation. I'm stuck with listening. Meanwhile, Natsuki fumbles around in her little bag and pulls out a cookie that's almost twice the size of her little hand. It's even bigger than my hand. The plastic wrapper makes loud crunchy sounds as she rips it open and folds it back to start nibbling on it.
I can't get comfortable with you.
Just before she takes the first bite, she notices me eyeing the cookie. I'm pulling a Sayori. Oh no. Oh no. Why are you looking at me? Oh, sorry, I spaced out there for a minute. By the way, is that a chocolate chip cookie you have there? Yep, best too. That sounds delicious. It's actually my favorite. My mom used to make it for me all the time when I was still a kid. Yeah, my mom too. She was great at all things cooking and baking. That must be great. Yeah. Was. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to eat. Okay. Disappointment in my tone is probably a bit too obvious. It'd be rude of me to ask directly, but I'd love to take a bite out of her cookie. Just by looking at it, I could feel the sweet flavor filling my mouth. Well, if it is your favorite, I guess I could share this one time. It's not like we're gonna meet much after this anyway. Yeah? Well, I don't know if there will be any more meetings this summer. I mean sharing. Yeah, here's your piece. Now let me enjoy mine. Thank you, Natsuki. You're welcome. Now shut up and eat. It's better than I imagined it could be. Keeping a slow pace is proving to be a challenge, as the desire to have it all to myself is beating down on me. Looking at my finger, I almost get a sensual feeling. I'm jolted back to reality after I realize Natsuki's giving me a weird look. I feel pretty stupid. It was just her cookie after all. Finished with the conversation, Monica comes up to me with the same confidence everybody admires her for. Super Booper, do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Oh dear lord. As long as you're not trying to sell me something, I'm an open book. It's not like that, I don't worry. Do you remember the school festival? Yeah, it was okay. I didn't see you at our club's presentation. Which isn't surprising given the numbers in attendance we had. It's actually related to what I wanted to ask about. Seeing as you're an outsider, what's the impression you have on the club? First thought that comes to my mind is that it's full of cute girls from what I've seen, but I doubt that compliment would be received well. Well, you seem to be a cool bunch to me, and I'm still not excited about reading, so there's that. But you're probably talking about before I met you all. I don't know. You just sound like a club for people who aren't fed up with reading after all the mandatory studying. Mandatory. That's a perspective I didn't consider. I feel like that would be the first perspective you would consider. People tend to dislike things that are forced upon them, even if it's in their own best interest, don't they? I should really learn that lesson. You of all people. You seem more like a kind-hearted leader, carrying all of her club members in her hand. You seem more like a kind-hearted leader, carrying all of her club members on her hand than a bossy boss. I'm glad you view me that way. I was just afraid I would abuse my... power if I'm pushed to the edge, you know? But I probably couldn't do too much harm, right? I'm just an innocent little high school girl. Yeah. Maybe I don't know her well enough, but there's something unusual about Monica putting herself down like that. Anyway, thanks for the input. Don't mention it. Okay, everyone. How about we play the acronym game once more? Count me in. Maybe you'll actually win this time, Super Booper. Oh, come on. I wouldn't want it to be left out either. Fantastic. Everyone's on board. Let's get started, shall we? Is Monica an option this time? Aww. PNG. I'm gonna go for Yuri. Nope. There we go. Raffle. Alright. Would you like to have another go at it? Most certainly. No thanks. I get where Natsuki's coming from. Maybe another time, Super Booper. Maybe another time. There's a minute of silence between us. Yuri's one who interrupted it. She reminisces over a book they read during the school year. I was never much of a reader, but it wouldn't hurt to listen for a bit. So what did you think about the twist halfway through the story? I wouldn't say it came out of the blue, but the build-up to it was well executed. The characters were established just enough to get you invested. Maybe the pacing was a little too quick. The youngest girl's backstory felt like it was lacking proper explanation. Maybe the author intended to leave it to the reader's imagination. Perhaps. I have to say, I like how the writer conveyed a sense of foreboding right on the day of the twist. It was as if the world went silent and all the focus was aimed at her unavoidable tragedy. That one line before the big reveal really stayed with me. My apologies, I forgot you haven't read it yet, Super Booper. Hey, I didn't read it either. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Didn't you say we were going to read a horror novel? Didn't you say you're not going to read horror novels, Natsuki? Well, yeah, but I can change my mind, can I? I catch Natsuki glancing at me for a moment. I decided to take the hints and act upon it. I read a horror book once. Who? Care to elaborate, Super Booper? It's about this young guy. Protagonist just a few years older than us. The story set in post-apocalyptic future, basically set after nuclear bombs were dropped. Everybody knows has to live underground tunnels to survive. They have to fight back monsters. Only a few people get to the surface because it's so dangerous. We follow the protagonist on his journey to deliver a message to another underground community. Meanwhile, he has dark, blurry visions that involve monsters. That's about as much as I can recall off the top of my head. Just hoping not to get called out for reciting the story of a shooter game I played. Super Booper. I didn't expect us to have some similar tastes in literature. Am I wrong to assume that the story implied that the monsters were just living beings like us humans? Crap, did she play the same game? Yeah, how'd you know? It's just an assumption. That's a recurring trope in some of the novels I read. The monsters, the non-humans, are set up as natural enemies of us. In the end, the protagonist has an epiphany about how much we are like to them. Or even on the same on some level. Okay. Oh, I just know she's giving me that look. Oh gosh, I don't feel comfortable. I'm already out of chocolate. Not that we are monsters. Don't worry, I think I get your point. I didn't even think of that. I just wanted to play video games. Oh, Yuri! I'm sure the last thing on Super Booper's mind is that any of us are monsters. Indeed. After a brief pause, Yuri checks the time. I'm sorry, but I have to go now. Come on, it's not every day that we meet like this, Yuri. Not anymore, that is. I would love to stay, but I promised my mother I would go visiting. I'm just glad I get to spend time with her. I hope you can understand. I'm sure we all do. Have fun, Yuri. She looks visibly dejected. Does she really want to miss Yuri that much? Surely they can hang out some other day as well. Now that I think about it, it would be nice to hang out with Yuri more than last time. Maybe I can ask her if she's okay with me walking her for a bit. I have to go as well. Why now all of a sudden? Oh, I just have to take care of some stuff at home, yeah. Putting this back in is a bad idea. You know what, I'll just take them both out. Now I have no idea what the audio sounds like. I just have to take care of some stuff at home, yeah. If we have another meeting, I'll be sure to make sure I have enough time. Yeah, bye. It was nice having you here. Stay safe, Super Booper. Yuri said goodbye as well, and we leave nearly at the same time. On the way out of the park, we match our pace and start talking again. Hey, Yuri, are you taking the bus? Huh? Yeah, why do you ask? Oh, I was just going to say bye if you weren't. I'm taking the one just outside the park entrance. Is that so? Me too. Sorry if you felt uncomfortable with us chatting among ourselves. No, it was awesome meeting you. Me? All of you. That includes you, Yuri. I see. The bus arrives after a minute or two. There are only a few seats available. Look, there are 2 seats next to each other. Would you like to sit next to the window? Yeah, thank you. I let her in first and take my seat by her side. I can't sit silently next to such an attractive girl. I have no topic and I must speak. So, do you have any hobbies not related to literature? I do, but, well... Is this something hard to explain? Yes, it is, she says with her voice raised nervously. A few passengers look at us. I'm sorry. Let me get my thoughts together. I used to play volleyball. That's cool, but why'd you stop with it? There was an incident. Super Booper, look, do you see that bookstore? What about it? Well, I like to buy books there, yeah. I might check it out if you say it's good. Maybe I'll find something worth talking about. That's not... I mean... If you want to discuss the literature, then I'm sure all the club members are eager to listen. Yeah. I guess I could finish a book before when school starts again. I say I could. Not that I want to. You don't have to wait that long. We're going to have another meeting in the near future. I'm sure of it. Oh, can you tell? I'm sorry, I have to go now. This might stop. Well, it was nice talking to you, Yuri. I'll see you next time, I guess. Farewell, Super Booper. Farewell. My journey home continues for a few more minutes before I get off the bus, too. I'm not in a hurry to get home, so I keep a comfortable pace and think about today's events. Even the way Yuri says goodbye conveys elegance. Man, I'm starting to feel the need to grab a firm book and do some thorough discussing. Why did that feel so weird to say? Can I actually get into the habit of reading? Worst case scenario is that I get some experience outside my comfort zone. So at least, it's worth a try at least. It's not like I would do it just to impress Yuri. Of course not. Weirdo. Sayori would probably appreciate it too if I went out of my comfort zone. I'll still be back for the next meeting. After all, if it wasn't for her, I would never have met these girls. Daydream aside, I have to figure out what kind of book I'd actually be willing to read. Thursday. Every single time I think it's a hospital. What are we doing on Thursday? It's an ordinary Thursday. Would be the most boring sentence to ever start a day with. I launched out of my bed and landed on my slippers with such accuracy that I'm tempted to tell somebody how awesome it was. You told me, dude. Good job. I woke up late today because I stayed up hours past midnight. Why do you have to be so accurate? Sometimes I find it easier to concentrate on in the silent solitude of the night. Me too, dude. With my cup of coffee, I lean on the windowsill and get lost in my thoughts. I told Mom I was thinking about visiting the bookstore you told me about yesterday. She seemed really happy for me and gave me some cash so I can buy a book or two, even though I didn't say for sure what I'm gonna buy, if anything. Could they have something that's nearly as interesting as a game I would play? I mean, not even if a half-page long official letter can get my attention. How would hundreds of pages do so? Dude, the answer is comic books. Still unsure of going to the bookstore on my own, I decided to look through the books our family has in hopes of finding something of interest. Here's one. This isn't a book. It's a black plastic box with a bit of shiny tape sticking out. Why does this have such a fancy cover? Weird. I give up. We don't have any cool books at home. Might as well go to the bookstore, I guess. Maybe I can ask somebody who works there to give me suggestions. Let's just get this over with. I'm all dressed up. I checked to see if I've got everything I need before leaving. The bus is shaking so much. I board the bus that takes me to the bookstore Yuri pointed to yesterday. The bus had quite a few people on it, and the number only kept increasing as we neared the city center. Luckily, I don't have an issue with crowded spaces. However, all this traveling feels like such a nuisance if I compare it to some of the open world games I played. In those worlds, you don't need to walk or take buses. The only thing you can do is stare out the window and get lost in your thoughts. At least, that's what I do all the time. You know, there's two activities I see people do are just chatting with each other and mashing their smartphones. As I'm looking out the window, the bus stops next to a playground. We often visited it back when Sayori and I were kids. We were so easily entertained with the little games we played outside. My parents still remind me of all the silly things we said and believed about the world. Oh gosh. For example, there was a creepy old man who sometimes sat on one of the benches at the playground. Always the same one, too. Two of us theorized he was sitting there silently by himself, but neither of us had the courage to ever ask him ourselves. Looking back, there are plenty of reasonable explanations I can think of. For all we know, he might have just liked reminiscing over the memories of his own children playing there, just like we did. The bus moves forward, and we pass the abandoned building next to the playground. The entrance is closed off. I should be going this way. With police tape, and the windows are either boarded up from the outside, from the inside, or drapes are blocking the view. It's been out of use for as far back as I can remember. Checking my timer. The police tape suggests that it became the scene of a crime. We really were naive back then. Being afraid of an old man who never looked at us through never even looked at a certain way, yet not even acknowledging anything that happened in the first place, like that building. Trying to think of it, that reminds me of what Yuri asked about regarding the horror game I played. There's a lot of stuff I didn't notice in the games I played until now. Maybe some of the twists weren't as unpredictable as I thought they were during my only time playing through them. This is making my head hurt. I'm probably overthinking things again. I get off the bus and make my way towards the bookstore. I can't recall the last time I came here, since that wasn't for the sole purpose of buying them. I can't recall the last time I came here that wasn't for the sole purpose of buying a gift for someone else. My first instinct guided me to look for manga. Unfortunately, their section is very limited. Looking all over them, I see that only two that interest me are ones I already own and read. I give up on this section soon after realizing this. Good thing they have labels indicating the contents of each section, otherwise I could end up looking at a romance novel and find out it's actually some psychological horror story. Sounds like a lot of people with the original game. I wonder what kind of books have fighting, shootouts, or other epic clashes. Those would be action, adventure, and fantasy. There was a game I played recently where I assumed the role of a detective and got to bash bad guys with lead pipes. Maybe a detective novel then? I walk over the appropriate section and start browsing. Basically, I'm just looking at the covers and reading a few sentences from the back of each book. This is working out for me. It would be so much easier if they listed the kinds of things that happen in them, like how they show bits of scenes in movie trailers. As I'm walking about, I find myself in the horror thriller section. Well, then I can find some action around here. As I turn the corner to the next row of shelves, I spot a dark-haired girl turned away from me, seemingly sorting through the books. She takes one down and returns it after glancing at it for a few moments. As she's putting them back, she's arranging them in different order as well. Maybe she works here? In which case, she might help me find a book if I ask nicely. Hello? I don't want to finish this sentence. Excuse me, miss? The lack of a response surprised me. Maybe she's listening to music and I was too quiet? I edged closer and reached out my hand to touch her shoulder in case she still can't hear me. Hello? Sorry. I was about to tap her on the shoulder. She suddenly turns around and bumps into my extended arm. Ah! Yep, knew it. The three thick thesaurus-looking books bounce briskly on the floor as Yuri drops everything. That's the third worst reaction the girls gave me after noticing me. I'm sorry, I thought you... No, it's my fault. I should have... Don't blame yourself, I'm... Sorry. Having said that nearly at the same time causes both of us to blush. I wasn't expecting to see you here, Sayori. Yuri. Not Sayori. You didn't? I should have. She did say she likes visiting this bookstore, and it's not like this is her. She did say she likes visiting the bookstore. It's not like this is her hangout spot. Not that you should have. So, what brings you here, Super Booper? I'm looking for a book. Yuri paused for a moment, probably expecting me to give a title or description. However, I didn't know is none of those. May I ask which book you're looking for? I don't know. Maybe I should at least try not to sound clueless. Oh, do you have a description of the story? Perhaps the genre? If you know some of its major events, I could also help finding it. There's a lot of action, sword fights, car chases, space battles, you know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're not looking for a specific book with all those elements, are you? No. After the third shake of my head, I actually think about what she asked. All those things together sound like a pretty cool plot. Especially with a protagonist that isn't afraid of anything. about to ask you where I can find a book like that, but only because I thought you worked here. I wouldn't want to keep you busy. No, you can ask me. Should I really ask her after telling her what I wanted to say? I mean, I can help you if you so desire. Yeah, that'd be great. Let me just pick these books up for you first. Don't worry! Leaning down to grab one of the books, Yuri's hand touches mine momentarily when she reaches for the same book. That's a coincidence. She immediately recoils. I grab the other two and hand over the surprisingly heavy stack. Was it Harry Potter? Was it Harry Potter? She takes it from me with an elegant motion, but without making eye contact. Shall we go then? Sure. It almost feels like interrogation, or maybe just an interview, with all the questions she's asking about what I'm looking for. She goes silent. The sentence deep into her thoughts, and suddenly walks away. Okay, bye! Nice seeing you. After Yuri scans the array of books on the shelves, she picks one. And another one! She comes back and walks past me. She takes the third book and finally comes back, her eyes locked on 3 books, and stops right in front of me. Let's try these on for size. One by one, she gives me a detailed explanation of what the books are about, the writer's style, the personalities of the character, and all that jazz. You know so much about these. How many times did you read them? I only read one of them in its entirety. From the other 2, I read a chapter or so to get a general feel for them. But how do you know so much about these books then? You can get a good sense of many aspects of the story from the first few chapters if it's written well. You see, there's so much unpredictability in something written badly than with a well-crafted but formulaic piece of art. Jesus Christ, Yuri, I should have gone with Natsuki. She doesn't use such big words that I can't pronounce. I'm a little baby boy. I can't pronounce these words. Since you mentioned it, take fighting scenes, for example. The protagonist may know what kind of moves to expect from a master martial artist if he knows that specific style. However, this doesn't give him the ability to evade the skillful blows of a master. Contrary to this, with an untrained practitioner of the art, there's a great degree of unpredictability. That doesn't mean you should hold your breath for something exceptional, but there's a chance for a perfectly executed move, even if it's just a slim chance. My brain feels like it's melting. That's kind of how I try to predict where a story will go, if I see that it's well written. Well, if there's a twist, how do you predict that? You don't. That's the point of a twist, Super Boomer. I was about to say that. I was about to say, you don't. That's what makes it a twist. I'm outclassed. Yuri looks past me and seems to read something off the wall. The store's closing in 10 minutes. Yeah, we should go somewhere else. Where do you want to go? Spoke without thinking. Again. I don't know where to take her. Tuck it in the back of my mind for now. Just start walking. There's probably some nice place we can go around here. I hope. Did I pay for the books? Did I buy the books? Did I want the books? Did I take the books? Did I buy them? Did I give person money and get book? Did I get the books? My eyes dart from side to side as I try to find a suitable spot to stay. Laundromat, deli, gym, dark alley. No. Yuri wordlessly walks next to me, and I'm getting ready for her inevitable question. Where are we going? That would be an excellent question. Please ask, Yuri. Super Booper? I look over at Yuri and see a worried expression on her face. I think it's starting to rain. Within a minute, it isn't just raining. It wasn't wasn't just raining. It was storming. Water's falling like it's being poured from 1,000 buckets at the same time. Even though we barely know each other, I can see we had the same thought raising in our heads. We have to find a roof over our head. Now. I spot a small diner-like store and motion Yuri to enter while I hold the door open for her. We look out the window and watch all the havoc we avoided by coming in here. I can only hope it won't last for too long. Not that I can complain with the company I get to keep, but I'm not sure if it's reciprocated yet. We might as well check what they have on the menu, stating that the storm shows no sign of stopping anytime soon. After saying hello to the only employee we see, I check the blackboard that has a limited menu written on it with white hand-colored chalk. Oh, my favorite tea is on the menu. Which one is it? Oolong tea. We could get a jug for the price of 2 cups. That's sure to set the mood. If it's okay with you, of course. Sounds good to me. We settle at one of the tables and I pour tea for both of us. It tastes strange at first. It could be because I don't drink tea often, or it's just an unusual kind anyway. I guess it's gonna be a longer video, okay. I'm gonna go until the next scene change, I guess. Yuri looks out the window and doing something with my finger. I like storms. What do you like about it? It's the sound of thunder and a million raindrops crashing down on the ground, eventually forming into puddles and tiny streams on the man-made concrete surfaces. That's what happens during a storm. It reminds me of how we are inevitably a part of something greater than us, nature, whether we like it or not. Ooh, fresh art. I like it. I like it. Wow, this is so cool. Is there music? I don't know. I can't hear it. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, this is lovely. Alright. So, what's on your mind, Super Pooper? We live in a society. What do you do in your free time? Do you like traveling? We didn't have enough time to talk yesterday. There has to be time yesterday to talk about it. Jeez. What do you do when you're not reading? Writing. You really seem to just be focused on literature in general. I mean, do you do other things in your free time?
Not related to literature?
For example, I like to play a lot of video games, but I also watch movies from now and then. In my free time. She looks out the window, her eyes taking in the sight of the rain as it fades our view of the city into a light gray blur. I'm guessing she's collecting her thoughts before answering my question. She's been silent for a minute now. She takes a sip of her tea, but doesn't say anything. It was empty. Sad boy. It's hard to put into words? Yes. Well, it's a bit complicated. I'm an enthusiast for aromatherapy, but in most cases it serves as a way to set the mood for my reading and writing sessions. It helps me a great deal to get immersed in the stories and feel closer to connection to the characters in each story. The way some of them are written greatly inspires me and gives me new perspectives on life. It's almost as if they were my... She doesn't finish her sentence and looks at me with a worried expression. Ugh. There we go again, going back to literature. Sorry for going off topic. Don't worry, Yuri. interests? You know, places you like to visit, things you like to collect. Well, I wouldn't say I personally collect things, per se. Places... Let's see... Given the opportunity, I like to visit places with my mom. Oh gosh. We went to see a movie last Saturday, for example. It's great! I sometimes go out with my parents as well, although it's usually up to them where we go. So you like to watch movies? I rarely do. But I am open to the idea. That's a good start. Maybe we could go watch one together? That really sounds like a date, so she'd probably reject me. The tea is taking its effect on me. What? I'll be back in a few minutes. Who? Just going to the toilet. Oh, okay, sorry. After asking an employee for directions, she motions me towards the door in the back. Not that the prices are cheap, but it shows on the quality of their men's room as well. The whole thing is about as big as Mom's closet. While doing my business and trying to be quiet, I'm assessing the situation I got myself into. What even is this? Is this what people call romantic? Aren't I supposed to feel something special? I'm just feeling weird about being alone with a pretty girl like Yuri. It's a good thing she can't read my mind. Or anyone for that matter. After washing my hands, I go back to the girl with the nicely fitting sweater. She was looking out the window at the streets covered with rainwater. I sit in front of her. She gives me a modest smile as I pour myself the rest of the tea. Do you like traveling? Actually, I'm gonna save it right there and end this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribing would be really nice. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next